So one of the most common things we do on Microsoft Windows systems is use Microsoft Office. So Word, Excel, PowerPoint, occasionally Access, but not very many people use that. But we use it all the time for writing resumes, writing letters, creating flyers, keeping spreadsheets, creating presentations. So do we have something like that we can use in Linux? Yes, actually there are. In fact, there are a couple of options we're going to look at. So let's start with the default for most distributions of Linux, not all of them, is LibreOffice. So I'm going to click on Start, and I'm going to do this in Linux Mint specifically. And we'll talk about why here in a minute. So I'm going to go to Office, and I have a calendar, a library, and here's my LibreOffice. And let's start with LibreOffice Writer. We'll take a look at maybe Calc and Impress. So documents, presentations, slideshows, think PowerPoint, and Calc is spreadsheet, so Microsoft Excel. LibreOffice Base is a database application. That is not installed by default on Mint. I can go add it later on if I want to, but a lot of people don't use databases, especially they don't use personal databases that much. So I'm going to click on LibreOffice Writer, and let's just take a look at what this looks like. And I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'm going to close this. I don't need my tip of the day. I don't need my release notes, so make that go away. So here is my LibreOffice Writer. And this is a basic, I don't want to say text editor because it's not a text editor. Word processor, that's what I want. So it's a basic word processor application. And it has most of the stuff that you would look for. So I have right here is my top level. I've got my top level menu here, but then I also have kind of like the ribbon here where I can create a new document. I can open documents. I can save documents here. And if I hover over like any other application that you're expecting, it'll pop up and tell me what all of these do. So let me take this and I can change it to all these different predefined styles. I can set bold italics. I can, and again, just hover over and it will give you all of the different options that, all the different options that you want. Clear direct formatting, set the font color, let me select this here. We're going to make this look absolutely awful. This is a highlight color. Also, I have options over here. So sidebar settings, if I want to view my if I want to change my sidebar here, and I can look at properties and styles and gallery and okay. So rather than spending a lot of time walking through here, I do want to show you a couple of things real quick. So I can view text boundaries, table boundaries, white space, show my status bar, show or hide my sidebar if I don't want it. I can insert images, clip art, specific types of media, shapes, text from a file, a framework, a hyperlink. So very similar to what I can do in most word processing applications. Predefined styles, create tables, create forms, do spelling, enable automatic spell checking, autocorrect. So one of the things that I do want you to see, and you can take a little time and wander through this and figure out all of the tools. So I'm not worried about that. It gives you plenty of help. I do want to show you one thing here, and that is I can save as different types of documents. So I can do a save as, and the default is ODF. It's a open document format. However, if I click my drop down, I have different formats that I can use here, including several different editions of Microsoft Word. So this would save it under a docx, my current Word document. And this will allow me to save Word files, and it will allow me to open Word files. So I can be using this, somebody else can be using Word, everything's going to work perfectly. except for one thing, and that is, I'm not going to bother saving this file, and that is the fonts are going to be different between Microsoft Windows and LibreOffice. So if I open up a Word document in LibreOffice, it's going to look weird. It'll open up, all the text will be there. It's just the formatting will be there. It will just look weird. And it's because it uses things like Times New Roman, or Word uses things like Times New Roman, or Calibre, or Arial fonts. And you'll notice a lot of those aren't here. I don't even know if I have a Times New Roman here. But I've got lots of other different types of fonts, but I don't have those fonts. And so things are going to come across differently. Now, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close this for the moment. And I don't want to save changes. Now, so because those font differences, things will look weird. Now, there is a way to solve that. So I'm going to open up Internet and Google Chrome. I'm going to do a search for install Windows fonts on Linux. And we're just going to be lazy and use, let's go here. I was going to say let's be lazy and use the AI summary, but it was taking a little while to open up. Okay, so here it'll tell me that I can install Times New Roman, Arial, etc. Not installed on Linux by default. Let's see if we can find. Here we go. So this is actually going to be a harder way to do it. Let's try this one. I think there's going to be an easier way to do this. So I'm going to close this and come over here. And this is what I want. Sudo apt install ttf-ms core fonts-installer. And so I'm going to open up a different window workspace over here, and I'm going to open up my terminal. And that way I can just jump back and forth. And it was sudo apt install ttf- and at this point I don't trust my memory, so I'm going to come back over here. ttf-ms core fonts-installer. ms core fonts-installer. We'll talk about this sudo command a little bit later on. I'm going to say yes, I want to install everything, and it comes through and does an install. I'm going to tab and hit my spacebar and OK. You must accept. Yes, I'm going to accept the license terms. We're going to run the install. %. We're almost there. Okay, let's see if that did the trick for us. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to open up my Office, LibreOffice Writer, and look at this. We now have Arial, we have Comic Sans, we've got all kinds of fonts that we did not have before. We've got... Let me see if we have. Scroll all the way through Noto. Here's Times New Roman, Trebuchet. So we've got a bunch of fonts that we did not have here before. And this is going to make documents that we go back and forth with between LibreOffice and Microsoft Office. It's going to make them look a whole lot cleaner. So that's a nice little tool that we can install. There's another thing that we can do too. LibreOffice is one Office application that we can use. Another one is going to be OnlyOffice. So I'm going to click here, go to my software manager. Let me find it where it actually exists, not just in the shortcut. Application Software Manager. And I'm going to look for OnlyOffice. It's going to search the repository and it's going to find OnlyOffice desktop editors. Now, this is why I'm doing this one in Mint, because this is delivered as a flat pack and not as a standard Snap or Debian package. I'm going to go ahead and click install and continue. Okay, so that's going to install the Flatpak. Now, if you're using Ubuntu or KDE or something, or Kubuntu or something else like that, you'll need to activate or install the Flatpak support so that you can grab OnlyOffice. If you decide that you like OnlyOffice. Like I said, LibreOffice is kind of the default for a lot of them, but I do want to show you OnlyOffice as well. Okay, this is going to take it another minute to install, so I'm going to go ahead and pause my video real quick, and then once it gets installed, then we'll go ahead and pick up the video again and take a look at it. Okay, so our install is done. We can actually click launch here. I don't want to do that. I want to close this, and I want to go to our Office. And in Office now we have OnlyOffice. So I'm going to click on OnlyOffice, and it's right in there with the LibreOffice stuff. Welcome to OnlyOffice. We have documents, we have Excel files, we have PowerPoint files, we have PDF files, and notice we're using the Microsoft form. So I'm going to create a blank Word document. And here is OnlyOffice. Now, you'll notice this looks very, very similar to Microsoft Word. We have the menus, we have the ribbons, we have a side panel over here. So for those, got it. So for those who like the OnlyOffice or the Microsoft Word layout a little bit better than the LibreOffice, this is a viable option as well. And go ahead and type something in there. And just like the other one, I can do a save as. This is going to open Office, that's XML, or Office Open XML document. It's going to default to the DOCX format, but we can use other formats as well, including RTF, Markdown language, PDF files. So we have a bunch of options as well. Including open document text files. So these are a couple of options for Microsoft Office substitutions if you are working in a Linux environment. I do want to point out one other thing here. OnlyOffice has this tabbed thing across the top. So this takes me back here, and then you see my document. Now, let's say I open up an Excel or a spreadsheet document, that tabs across the top, and go away. And this gives me a way of managing multiple documents within a single framework. Okay, I'm going to close this, tell it I don't want to save my file. Yes, close the window anyway. Nope, don't want to save the file. There we go. There's a quick introduction to a couple of different types of Office applications that we have available for us in Linux.